Previously on Kontrol Incorporated. Okay, so you're getting some insight into the life of one Leon S. Kennedy. A day most of us would call a traumatizing, unspeakable event of biblical proportions, he calls Tuesday. Because as future Resident Evil games and animated movies would reveal, blasting through undead monsters is the only kind of day Leon ever has. Never in the same place, but always the same basic scenario. Well, Leon isn't alone, as we all know. There are others in his orbit who are cursed to repeat roughly the same events night after night, with only the location and the bloodthirsty monstrosities changing here and there. Leon's buddy Claire walks into so many zombie outbreaks you'd think she arranges them with her travel agent. Claire's brother Chris, he's been attacked by so many monsters he doesn't even stop texting when they show up. And Chris's partner Jill, the master of unlocking, she just flashes her badge and zombies shoot themselves in the head.
Yay!
So let's do this. Greetings all, my name is Kontrol. I'm a professional artist, a fan of old school Marvel, and a true veteran of Capcom style zombie smackdowns.
Do the kids, the young people, do they still say smackdown?
I think they say slap you upside your head, bitch.
I don't think that's true at all.
Bitch.
But what can you say about Jill Valentine, people? She survives a journey through the Spencer Mansion and Umbrella Laboratories' monster-infested corridors, then defeats the raging zombie hordes of Raccoon City itself just a few weeks later, and still looks flawless for her modeling gig the next morning. That, my friends, is juice. Okay, I hope you brought snacks because this is the big one, people. In a year where Final Fantasy Super 7 and Halo Infinite and Cyberpunk 2077 are scheduled to drop, Resident Evil 3 is my most anticipated game this year. I might have mentioned in my earlier video that Resident Evil 2 Remake was my absolute game of the year for 2019. I might have mentioned it. I don't actually remember. Once I upload these things, I never see them again. That shouldn't stop you from watching them repeatedly, though. I mean it. Seriously, watch this video again after it's done. Commit it to memory. Where was I?
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Capcom pulled off the RE2 remake so brilliantly that it was practically a given that its follow-up, RE3, would be the next item on the agenda. I mean, narratively, Resident Evil 2 and 3 have always been basically interconnected. They take place in the same setting on the same day. In fact, the original RE3 even has Jill revisiting areas from 2. What blew me away, though, was how quickly RE3 Remake was ready to go. Before its fantastic teaser trailer dropped, I would have guessed Resident Evil 3 Remake to come out in maybe early 2021. But the April release is just a year and a couple of months after RE2, which suggests a concurrent development plan between the two games, but is most definitely evidence of superior production strategy in the halls of mighty Capcom. Well, for the Resident Evil series anyway. Team Street Fighter has a more, well, now what philosophy. Now, if you had told me the Resident Evil 3 remake was going to demote Jill's iconic casual outfit from the original, I would have been a bit nervous. I mean, it's the most signature clothing ensemble in the entire series. It's also one of the few things from the game series to make an intact transition to the rancid, awful live-action movie series. So, Jill's blue top and skirt are kind of a big deal. No they ain't! Holy crap, one look at the Jill makeover in that teaser and, well, let's just say Jill's skirt and I have begun seeing other apparel. Much like RE2 Remake, the decision was apparently made to dress the heroes more realistically, meaning skirt and strapless crop top out, tank top and skinny jeans in. The color scheme remains, along with the haircut and attitude problem. Jill is on fire. Sometimes literally. And honestly, much credit goes to whoever it is at Capcom selecting these face models lately. Seriously, give that person a raise. We've seen this go horribly wrong before. Now, I actually started pulling reference for this pinup weeks ago, almost immediately after the teaser trailer dropped, to be honest. But I couldn't pull it off until the demo was released because there were no detailed screenshots of new Nemesis on Google Image yet. New Nemesis is immediately identifiable as Nemesis, but actually has some pretty drastic changes in the details from his original design. It feels like they possibly wanted to make him resemble Mr. X a bit less. He's a little more cobbled together this time, looking almost like his Umbrella creators were in a rush to set him loose, and they didn't have time to fine-tune all his components. Mr. X visually comes off like a refined version of Nemesis, which is a little odd considering Nem is quite a bit more deadly. My only real problem with Remake Nemesis is he seems to be designed in a way that would discourage all but the most foolish artists from drawing him. It's no wonder I've seen so much fan art that has the old Nem confronting the new Jill. You're really forced to study how that stretchy material travels across his form to draw it correctly. Or adequately, in my case. Getting this monster on the board was a lot like drawing the Vile, Orphan of Kaz from Bloodborne a few weeks ago. In both cases, you have to settle for rendering solid visual construction over precise detail. Well, this artist does anyway. I am, for once, pretty satisfied with the results. As a Resident Evil superfan, I'm hugely biased, of course, but I do hope you like it as well. Even if you don't, I appreciate that you stuck with me until the end. There is plenty more in the pipeline for this channel, so make sure to like and subscribe in whatever order best suits your fancy. And share this thing too while you're at it. The Resident Evil fans in your life want to see it too, damn it. So hero versus giant enemy is accidentally getting to be the running theme of this channel. But things take a shocking turn in the next video. Shocking. Wait for it.